Hey guys, happy Friday.
Hello.
Are we happy?
We're happy, man. You know,
I'm
it's
happy.
heating
I don't have
up.
corona.
The weather's heating up. It's daylight savings, whatever, ends or
Spring
whatever.
forward, right?
Yep. So now it's light an hour later.
Sure.
That's amazing.
It's almost Coachella time.
Yes.
You know, things are looking up. I don't really see what there is to be upset about.
I love the resiliency of Coachella. It cannot
Coachella-
be stopped.
Come hellfire, Coachella.
I don't
was
think you
still-
understand, Anand. Everything else can go to hell. Ultra, canceled. No one wants to go there.
Canceled.
Olympics, no one gives a shit about the Olympics.
No one even
Only
watches
people who
it.
care are 14-year-old Chinese girls competing in gymnastics.
That's
Chinese
it. Only the ones competing.
It's in Simone.
And-
She already won. She's
Plus her.
rich. She doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, but it's 14-year-old Chinese girls and Simone.
And
Yeah.
Russians. Russians
they're-
are good at
Yeah, they're
gymnastics.
cheaters.
They've been doping up all year getting
Yeah.
ready for this.
Yeah, all that steroids going to go to waste.
But other than them, no one cares. What everyone cares about, Coachella.
So what you're
Can't be
referring
canceled.
to is there was a press conference today
yeah.
that basically said Coachella is going on. We are monitoring the crisis, but Coachella and all festivals in the Palm Springs, Indio area
Yep.
are go
Coachella
forward.
So we'll be there.
Stagecoach.
I just put a deposit on a house. Looks like we're gonna we're in, and Stagecoach too.
You might as
You're
well.
going to do all of it.
Yeah. So
just do 3
great
weekends.
deals.
Yeah.
There's really good deals actually.
There's no deals. I looked.
no, there's
not a deal yet.
So we're on. Everyone's ready.
There's certain things that are bigger than global pandemics.
Yeah.
I'm just
Coachella.
sorry. And when
Coachella,
people would tell me
TikTok.
Coachella's canceled, I'm like, no,
So-
it's not.
Yeah. No. chance.
Let's see. We're still early. How many weeks away? 5 weeks away?
Yep.
Look, for the interest of our close friends who make a lot of money off the festival,
Yep.
I hope it goes on.
Laker games are still going on.
But you think it's going on? What's your prediction
My prediction is they pull the plug.
on Coachella?
Yeah.
My prediction is half attendance, but people still go.
My prediction is it looks completely like every year of Coachella does,
And
except masks are a little bit more in fashion.
Yeah.
So masks were already in fashion.
I know.
at Coachella.
If you look at all my previous years Coachella picks,
You've
I'm
been
wearing
on the
masks.
corona vibe.
Yeah, I knew about the virus.
It's going to be like Revolve outfit check, and it's going to
Yeah.
be like, you know, Lovers and Friends top, Revolve denim, and N95 mask.
Yeah.
Rocky Barnes. I'm telling you,
Wait,
man.
so AEG owns Coachella? Is
Yes,
that right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the calculus, if they've talked to their lawyers and figured out
They're
their
like,
liability.
you guys make $1 billion on this event. What, 3 people die? What is that, $50 million?
Yeah, just write the check.
Fine.
They
It's
literally,
fine.
as they're getting carried out, you just get a check.
I think the fear
If
would
you
be...
get- if you
If they
ambulance-
yang gang,
Yeah.
if they yang gang the 100,000 attendance scores, you get
Yep.
100% attendance.
what would you? How would you yang gang them though?
I don't know,
what would
give
you
them
give
some
them?
cash.
Everyone.
Yeah, give everyone cash
just
for
say-
beers and drinks and
Just
food.
find the sick people and give them the care package.
Yeah,
Just
here's
say
a
here.
testing kit, a bottle of tequila, and
some
I mean,
merch.
the problem, the medics have their hands full that weekend.
yeah. I don't
No
think
matter
kids
what.
care.
Yeah, no matter what.
I don't
Yeah.
think kids care. Kids
don't care.
Like are going to go. There was David who works with us sent us a picture of a White Snake concert in Singapore, slammed with people.
Really?
Yes.
Kids don't care. I don't think kids care. But I think the fear would be the artist pull out, right?
Yeah.
You know, or like the people running it are like, we don't want to do it. Like I think that would be the bigger.
Staff and whatnot.
Yeah, like
But
'cause
there's
what?
always
I mean,
someone willing to do the job that other people are not, you know.
Frank Ocean's just waiting for an excuse to cancel.
Yeah. I forgot he was the one that
Yeah, you
he
think that
launched
guy-
he
I don't
launched
think
the
the
virus.
workers will
He
pull
looks like
out.
he has a
I don't think the
brittle
workers will
immune
pull
system.
out. Because I had this conversation with a friend. Like, at what point do sanitation workers, et cetera, just stop showing up because of fear of exposure to bacteria and stuff? And
I mean, look what they do for a living.
yeah, and
Just
but
bacteria.
Yeah.
forget that. The conclusion was basically like, we know in America most people can't afford to miss 2 paychecks.
Yeah.
So you're going to show up rather than let your family starve or not make your rent or whatever.
And that is the reason why I'm not stocking up on food or water.
Yeah.
Because those Postmates drivers are going to be Postmating.
Yeah.
Instacart, we're fine.
It starts on fire.
Yeah. I mean, imagine. You could be like I think in LA, and not saying that it's right that people have to live paycheck to paycheck, and obviously I feel for them, but I'm saying that, like, look, I think in the middle of, if this thing was at peak outbreak, you could order an Instacart order, and some young person is going to be like, I'm not passing this up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Ralph's, gather this shit
I think people
up.
forget. People still need to earn money, and people still want to live their life. Look, if everyone's going to get it, and it's 2% chance of dying or whatever it is, you're eventually going to just be like, you can't approach life like that. And Coachella is just too big of a deal. I'm sorry.
Coachella and Postmates
Yeah.
aren't going anywhere.
I got a graphic from someone who's kind of been tracking data on Twitter as a tech investor, and it's a death rates by age group. This is why Coachella is going to go on. If you compare it to the flu, 80 plus, the flu is 0.83%, and Corona is 14.8%.
Oh, you're fucked.
Damn, that shit just
8%
kills
for
CBD.
70s. So
good thing there's no more Old Chella.
8% of
Sheesh.
people 70s.
Old Chella's canceled.
8% of 70 to 79 people of Corona die. 3.6% of 60-69. 1.3 for 50 to 59-year-olds, and then it drops off a cliff. 0.4, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2.
Oh, we're
We're
so
More people
good.
are dying of drug overdose.
And I just want to keep in mind this is the one thing that bothers me. Those statistics are so incredibly flawed because they're not testing for corona. So many people
I agree
are
with that,
getting
of
it and
course.
beating it. If you die, sure, they're going to test you. If you're like deathly ill in the hospital, we talked about it, they're going to test you. So the percentage of like, 2.2% or whatever it was of people with corona die is such a flawed percentage because there's so many more people that have had it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree that the mortality rate is just off on a percentage. But the contagion is so real because we know for a fact that the numbers are probably like 10x.
Yeah.
And I guess if you treat it like pneumonia, then fine. But I guess that still scares people, and that's affecting behavior. That's
My
the
biggest
problem,
behavior change, the two biggest changes I've made, is I made all of our office doors open, if you guys noticed.
I did thank you for that, actually.
Because I don't want to touch the door anymore.
I don't know. There's some closed doors.
I don't go in those doors, so I don't care.
Okay.
Like the bathroom?
It's only the doors I go into that I
No, the
change.
bathroom door needs to stay
Yeah.
closed.
I've
That fecal.
Yeah, that fecal matter
Yeah, I'll
needs
tell
to
you
stay.
what. We have some staff that has some
I'm
real...
never going to take a shit in our office again.
No, you shouldn't.
No.
Just
ever. Oh,
go home.
I've walked
Yeah, I'll
in
go
there
home.
to just...
Yeah. Those days are done.
Yeah.
The other change I've made is I realized that after I got here today is I can't be riding scooters anymore.
Oh, interesting.
No way.
Yeah.
Can't. I wonder how Bird...
Can you imagine fecal matter on scooters?
Oh, it's rampant.
it's literally you're grabbing
They
two...
should literally just wipe it with shit. I'd feel
You
more
might
safe.
as well just
Yeah.
walk into a public restroom and just put your hands on the
lick-
toilet seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine people who are riding their scooter and like, oh, I'm going to get lunch. You're eating shit.
I mean, so many.
Yes.
There's so many people.
Yeah. So that is going to change my transportation.
You know what I hope? The only upside of Corona is what, you want to find the silver lining of everything.
we never have to shake anyone's hand again.
Fine, but I think it makes us all cleaner individuals. I've washed my hands 10 seconds longer than I used to. I'm
too.
probably not even hitting the 20, but I used to just do the 4 or 5 second. boom,
Yeah,
boom,
the
boom.
fake wash.
Yeah. I'm nowhere
disgusting
close to
pig.
20. I did the birthday song twice the other day just to
It's
see
so
what it
long.
felt like. There is no way I'm ever doing that
I'm
again.
still a 7-8 second guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
because the assumption was you put the soap on the water and you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, we're wrong.
Yeah, we're very wrong. I have also Clorox or Lysol wiped my phone probably 5 times.
I'm doing it once a day, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Since the first time we did it here, I've done it once a day.
The other interesting thing is a friend of ours from Vegas has messaged me saying they've had big conventions pull out, mainly ones with international travelers. Casinos have hand sanitizers in every corner of the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, think about cards.
yes.
What's the last thing you want to touch?
Yeah.
Cards that are touched by people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Nope.
That pie gal.
That's a little racist.
Why is it racist?
Because it's blackjack.
That's racist.
Yeah, technically, he's
Yeah.
right. He's got
Why?
a point.
What's
Blackjack.
blackjack? What does
I
that
mean,
mean?
drama made the proclamation that black people don't get corona.
Listen, that was fake news, okay? And I admitted it.
Well, I'm talking about Pai Gow. And then he said, but as of now, business is still going. People are still coming, spending money they don't have. Business as usual.
Yeah.
I mean, I asked Eric Deluxe last weekend, what was the club like? He said, packed bigger than ever. It felt like a summer.
Yeah, there's some things that are untouchable,
I'm
man.
telling you, that's like Coachella. There's
And
people
he was
just
like, I 100% of Corona. These people are disgusting.
Yeah, if I was him, I would not be like going to Vegas.
and he's
DJing.
dapping up everybody.
Oh, he's a man of the people.
Yeah.
And he's sharing, drinking out of the bottle. You drink, I drink. Corona shots.
That whole life has
You know
to
he's
change.
doing that. You know it's 3 in the morning.
So at what point does it level off in the sense that the numbers, I think everyone's going to be exposed to it. I think certain people are going to show symptoms and some aren't. And some people are going to die and the vast, obviously over 99% won't die.
Yep.
When does the fear level off?
I think when it starts to warm up, shout out to Trump.
Yeah.
I
No,
think
shout out to Xi.
Yeah, you're right. In all honesty, I think when it starts to warm up, it starts to level off. And just the news reports of saying it leveled off will cause the panic to sort of subside.
I think the real shift will be when you know someone that gets it
Yep.
and they're functionally fine.
Couple of our employees.
But I'm telling you, you won't even know. I'm telling you, I don't think that they'll fix the testing by
Okay.
the time the panic is over. So I think like we might know people who have it.
Okay, so because you said that, I just got an article sent to me that is a 25-year-old British victim who, unfortunately for him, is a school manager in Wuhan.
Jesus.
Talk about worst case.
Yeah, poor guy goes there to like work.
Gosh, he must well be a freaking bat wrangler.
Yeah. So he starts describing his symptoms. His first symptom is he has a sore throat. And he was like, hot tea, a little bit of honey, should be fine.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, the sore throat kind of continues. So he does a splash of whiskey in his honey, does a little hot toddy.
Okay, natural,
And
yeah.
slept like a baby, feels good. I'm over my cold now. It really wasn't anything. That's day 5.
Okay.
Day 7, I spoke too soon. I feel dreadful. This is no longer just a cold. I ache all over. My head is thumping. My eyes are burning. My throat is constricted. The cold has traveled down to my chest, and I have a hacking cough. That, my friends, is the coronavirus.
And then he pulled out from there.
No, and then he continues. Day 8, I won't be in work today. I've warned them they'll probably be
But the
off all
7
week.
days before he was in work?
No, yeah, because he was. Because this is before people
At a
knew.
school.
Day 9, even the kitten hanging around my apartment seems to be feeling under the weather. It isn't usually its lively self.
Oh my gosh, he gave his cat corona.
Lost my appetite. I'm still running a temperature. Day 10. Day 11, suddenly I'm feeling better, physically at least. The flu has lifted, but the poor kitten has died.
No.
Whoa.
Yes. I don't know whether it had what I got or whether cats can even get the human flu. I feel miserable. Day 12, I've had a relapse. Just as I thought the flu was getting better, it just came back with a vengeance. My breathing is labored. Just getting up and going to the bathroom leaves me panting and exhausted. I'm sweating, burning up, dizzy, and shivering.
That's day 12.
And did we get a happy ending?
Yeah, did he die?
Day 12, afternoon, I feel like I'm suffocating. I have never been this ill in my life. I can't take more sips of air. And when I breathe out, my lungs sound like a paper bag being crumpled up. This isn't right. I need to see a doctor. But if I call the emergency services, I'll have to pay for the ambulance, call out myself. That's going to cost a fortune. I'm ill, but I don't think I'm dying. Am I?
Please tell me there's end.
And the last correspondence. When does
Day
it get
15,
better?
day...
Let's get to the end.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Day
Day
24.
42.
Day 19. I'm well enough to stagger out of the doors to get more Tiger Balm. My nose has cleared enough to smell what my neighbors are cooking. I think I have an appetite. First time in 2 weeks. Day 22. I was hoping to be back at work today, but no such luck. The pneumonia has gone, but now I ache as if I've been run over by a steamroller. My sinuses are in agony. Eardrums feel ready to pop. Day 24. I think I'm better. Who knew flu could be as horrible as I thought?
And he stayed in Wuhan this whole time?
Yeah. Day 67. The whole world has now heard about coronavirus. I've told a few friends about it via Facebook, and somehow the news got out to the media.
And now he's fine.
Yeah. I think he's in the UK now.
That doesn't sound.
He's in the UK giving corona.
Hey, I've traveled to 15 countries. Day 52.
But you can live. This is just what everyone's going to feel like after Coachella.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I feel
like
I have corona after Coachella.
That sounds like the day after Coachella for 24 straight days.
Yeah, but he's fine.
And you might kill your cat. Holy shit. Okay, well, shit. I gotta say, we have an employee that called out today because she had trouble breathing.
She should probably not come back for 14 days.
Yeah, I agree. Because it sounded kind of similar to the paper bag thing.
Yeah.
Similar symptoms.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about did you see the Amazon, there's an Amazon employee that has corona?
Yeah, and what's interesting enough, we got a DM from a cat that works in Amazon and says, someone in my building got, 2 people I think got identified with corona. The whole building is vacated. And he sends a picture to me of the office inside. I'm like, what are you still doing in there? It's time to go, bro.
So he messaged me and says, I'm still finishing a meeting. I'm wrapping up at 12. I was like, get out.
Oh, my God.
And the irony is it's an Amazon office in a WeWork building.
Oh, man.
So Seattle is seeing the most extreme case because schools are shut.
Yeah.
23,000 students didn't go to school the last 2 days. Obviously, a lot of companies are obviously closed out there too. So I think they're the most extreme in what's been going on. Haven't heard anything else. LA has declared a state of emergency. California has declared a state of emergency. But
Yeah. So I think the wrong way of thinking about corona spreading is by isolating it to regions. It's everywhere. It's clear. It's everywhere. Mm-hmm. Some regions are more efficient at testing. So, in my opinion, Seattle is just testing more people than San Francisco and LA and New York.
Yeah. I also think Seattle, San Francisco, and LA have enormous amount of international travel.
And I would say LA has probably by a multiple of Asia travel to LA than Seattle.
Yeah, sure.
It's it's the second biggest city in the country.
Seattle also does have a densely populated downtown versus...
But San Francisco is densely populated and shit everywhere.
Those people already got it.
Yeah, the shit can't help.
Yeah.
Also, so does our office, so...
We'll have to see what happens there. I guess the 2 plus sides of it, Costco came out with their earnings today and said business is absolutely booming.
Yeah.
Did the stock pop? I didn't see.
Stock went down.
Yeah, okay.
Which is...
Why?
The market was just tanking.
No, but aftermarket. They didn't announce aftermarket and it still went down. Doesn't even make sense.
Can't catch a break.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, you're still Costco.
Yeah.
You're still cheap. As soon as this is over, you're back to regular.
Yeah, so the only reason why the stock could have gone down is they think they're gonna run out of inventory to sell.
Or they think everyone's stocking up and then they're never showing up again. Like if you stocked up for 3 months, your next month's week over week are going to be down.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, unless you think it's gonna just...
Like all the people that were in line, if you waited in line for over an hour at Costco, the assumption is you're not going back for a long time.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, regardless, you're not.
Yeah, because either Corona's fine, you bought too much shit.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about
Costco's closed.
Yeah,
The interesting thing about Costco that I saw in the video of the chaos of people waiting and stuff, people still eating the samples.
They were?
Yes.
Like, hey, there's pure panic out here, but I really got to try that.
Those wieners.
Hot new wieners you got.
That's what flavor is that? Garlic?
Wait a minute.
And they're eating the pizza. They're doing all of it.
Oh, you got to still take in the extras. Oh, my
Instacart is reporting record sales, like 10x, 20x in some regions.
They said it's like 20% week over week in California, 10% in Washington, either vice versa. But then that's like a huge number.
Yeah.
So those businesses are seeing the benefit of it. The benefit is not happening to the travel industry. There's airline deals like you wouldn't believe. Based on Anand's statistics of fatality, if you're a 20-something-year-old, you should be traveling your dick off.
Yes.
Pete, where are you headed?
Pete, you go to Milan.
You should
go to Milan
Why
and just take your shirt off.
Just go
You
for
should
it, man.
go to like some cool places. You're wasting your weekend at St. Patty's Day in Chicago just to get shit canned and drink Milwaukee's
Imagine
best.
And get
Pete
Corona.
Pete in Mykonos.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Pete does
I'll do the
Mykonos?
week after. Send me to Mykonos.
Why are you going
not
to
the season
Chicago?
Because all my friends are there.
You don't
Like
care
friends
about
that
Corona?
I haven't seen in a while.
You don't care about Corona at all?
I booked this flight
You
a
mean
while
that-
ago. There's no canceling it.
What airline?
United.
United said free cancel.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still not going to cancel. I really want to see my friends. I'll take a coronavirus.
You're going to be like in the streets of Chicago,
Yes.
chugging beers.
Yes.
It's going to be like
high-fiving bros.
kind of cold, but I mean,
Yeah,
bacteria is just flowing.
Oh,
Yeah.
prime weather for bacteria.
Yeah.
You don't care.
No, not one bit.
Okay.
And so correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
It's literally a parade, right? In
All day
Chicago?
long.
Shouldn't that be canceled?
So all my friends went to Chicago our entire 20s for St. Patty's Day, and I never actually went for it. And the videos I used to get were just insane.
It's
Yeah.
nuts.
It's just
Pete
chaos.
loves it.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's just prime Corona. Is Chicago on the Corona?
No.
You don't test for what you don't want.
Yeah, Pete'll take it.
It's safe in the Midwest.
Pete's packing it in his bag with him. He's got some of that fresh Venice Corona.
Pack that baby
When
up
do you
and get
land
all
that
of
weekend?
Chicago infected.
Are you back in time for the Sunday Night Pod?
No.
Thank God.
Thank God. We need a few days to see how you're feeling.
I'm coming back Monday.
I feel like anyone that travels, you got to wait a few days.
There's a trip in New York to Miami, $51.
Oh my God.
Frontier Air. $51. You can go New York to London for under 500.
Pete, this is your time, man.
Yeah, this is the last chance you're going to be able to travel affordably.
You got to turn into Chad for the next 2 weeks.
I
Yeah.
mean, you see,
I won't have a
Chad,
job.
Forget his Corona. He's jumping off cliffs. He's like sliding down a cliff to the water.
I think he's at a point he's like, I probably have Corona. Fuck it. Live life to the fullest.
But did we talk about on the pod the fact that Chad's friend in
Yes.
Bali
Yeah.
that he's hanging out with has all the symptoms of Corona and can't get tested?
correct.
And they probably are roommates.
They're probably together. Like, one
And he's like, he contracted Corona, jumps on his motorbike in a third world country, then slides down a cliff
yeah.
to a lagoon.
I'm sure that
He's asking for it.
Yeah.
Is he just giving up?
he might have.
He's just poking sickness in the face and injury and illness.
The one place that is clean though,
Where?
Starbucks.
Starbucks doesn't seem clean.
Starbucks is cleaning their counters and their locations every 8 minutes. They said.
Gosh, about time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Place is a freaking homeless shelter.
Yeah, do you think they want to rethink the homeless policy, or is that too touchy?
Now might be a good time to pull out.
No, now you can pull out. You can get away with this. If I'm the
Use
CEO
this.
of Starbucks,
Yeah.
like, you know what? You disgusting people, you're not welcome. Not
maybe
everyone
don't
can
say
use
that.
our bathroom.
So Starbucks in China, comp store sales down. What do you think?
50%.
78%.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that homeless rule doesn't apply in China.
No.
Different rules. They have a different CEO.
They probably don't even let poor people in Starbucks in China.
Oh my God. And did they say they had like a lid? They were doing something with their lids. Did I
Well,
read
the
that?
other thing is they had this whole initiative that I put it on our docket to talk about, and I ended up removing it, which was they want to push for people to use reusable cups, so that they're not using new cups every time you come in. Now they've banned it. You can't use anything reusable because they don't want to pour into.
Corona.
Yeah.
Little latte with shot of Corona.
If you really start thinking about the way and how germs are like just everywhere, like now that I'm so conscious of it,
Yep.
everything I touch, everything,
Yeah.
every doorknob, like I was so clean all yesterday, and then I had to touch the door to get out. of
It's
the
amazing.
office.
Yeah, it's made me so conscious of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably the upside. We were all disgusting
Yeah.
until a week ago.
Disgusting.
Like the elevator
That
this
was
morning,
gross.
I was just waiting till someone from our office was coming to touch the 11. I was like, I'll wait.
And what's even worse,
Some of us
is
are
fucking Pete thinks he's being clean. He's using his feet to open up
Oh, my
doors. So now we're
God.
getting his...
Everyone is. Everyone from our office.
How fucking stupid are you?
Everyone from our
Using your
office
feet?
opens.
I
Yes.
saw him twice. He looks like a fucking karate kid going, ah!
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. That's what they
Trying
all
to
do
stay
in
safe
our
out
office.
here.
They open our front office door with their feet.
But then
That
they-
is
But
disgusting.
then they're going to Chipotle and getting a bowl handmade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
What do you think that Chipotle guy did?
Oh man, yeah. That's the other thing is like even when I went downstairs to grab a salad, the lady grabbed a fork for me with her bare hand, and I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
I can't use that fork.
Yep.
And like, yeah,
We're all turning into freaking Howie Mandel or whatever. Who's
Yeah.
the guy with like crazy OCD. Anywho,
What's he doing now?
I mean, losing.
He hasn't left
his
his house.
shit.
Howie Mandel's not
Dude,
left his house.
he literally hangs out with YouTubers all day and then is on TikTok.
No,
And I
I'm
swear to
saying
God.
like post-corona.
No, now nothing. Bro.
Yeah, he's got to be in a
locked
bunker.
in his house.
He has to just be wrapped in Clorox sheets, just sitting in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Jack Dorsey has changed his travel plans.
Idiot.
He was going to Africa to go work on Bitcoin and just relocate
Get
to
fired.
Africa. He's decided to pump the brakes on that.
He was going to be my loser of the week, but
You know, it's fascinating. There's a hedge fund, Elliott Management, that is actively trying to get him fired. I think we talked about
Yeah,
him last
yep.
episode, right? And I don't think he cares.
so then quit.
I mean, if you're about to move to Africa, you've checked out of at least Twitter.
Yeah, it's just like fascinating that he's just like, you know what, Africa or not, I'm still going to be CEO of Twitter. Why not resign though before you get the embarrassment of getting pushed out by a hedge fund?
Because your ego.
Because I'm
He's
sure
checked
that
out.
that hedge fund approached him personally and said, "Hey, we think you should resign," and he said no, and they went out publicly and said, "We want him out."
I think there's got to be some sort of like ego move where like I'm not leaving until you pry this thing from my hands.
I think we both listened to a handful of Jack Dorsey podcasts
Yep.
where he just goes on and admits everything's wrong about Twitter and there's no solution.
Yeah, it wasn't a good PR strategy. At first, I was like, "Wow, he's being so honest," and I was like, "Damn, he's being too honest."
Maybe he's a dummy. Did anyone think of that?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I don't think anyone's thought of it. I'm not saying
Okay,
it's not possible.
okay, he's not.
I don't think that.
All right. I'm doing a podcast on that then.
Okay. And then the two more big Corona things. Number one, I'm really alarmed because my trainer has told me that she won't be here next week because she's going on vacation.
Oh,
And I
nice.
thought, oh, little risky,
Yeah.
but more power to you. Be careful. Where are you going?
Yeah.
A cruise.
And did she say it like kind of reluctantly or just like, yeah, I'm
like
going on a
proud.
cruise?
Cruise. She said, "You know what? I've actually been working out extra.
Bikini bod?
No, in case I get trapped on the ship, I want my immune system to be healthy."
If you're going into a vacation like that,
Training for it.
yes,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's a
why
fucking
postpone?
LA marathon.
it's not Survivor.
Yeah.
You probably paid $2,000 to go on this damn thing.
She had no concern.
Where is she going? Mexico?
Florida to wherever,
Like
Bahamas, maybe,
Bahamas.
or whatever you do.
Yeah.
And so number one, I'm really kind of nervous. And I also, it seems like most of these stories I read, people go on these trips, they come home, they go back to work for a little bit, and then they realize they have it.
Yes.
So I'm just feeling like maybe I need to cancel my workouts the week after she gets back.
So
2 weeks.
My assumption is you're not going to have to cancel because her ship's getting quarantined.
Okay. fair.
She's
So
gonna be
I'm in
gone
the
for
market for a trainer. So if any of our listeners I have not traveled recently and are a trainer,
And can't have
Yeah,
gone on a
like
cruise.
you got to show your passport. Where have you been?
yeah, I don't
wanna
want you
see
to
your
even have a
stamps.
passport. I'd prefer a trainer with no passport.
yeah.
So the reason
But there's like domestic cruises.
Are
What do you
there?
There-
Can you
go
go
to like
Can you go from like LA to San Francisco on a cruise?
Oh my
probably.
God. I mean, who?
Catalina has a
Yeah,
cruise.
Catalina definitely has a cruise.
Okay.
But look, you couldn't even go to San Francisco. You might as well go to Wuhan at this point. Just saying. And did you see that there's a cruise ship that's like stuck off of California? This is why, because of a person who was on the boat previously died,
No, I think
or someone on the boat.
on the boat they're saying.
Because this says former passenger died.
Oh, okay. Then that's a new clarification.
After a former passenger died.
Oh, on the boat, and they think the germs are still there?
Yeah.
Ah. Got it.
Yeah. Gosh, man, I can't think of anything worse than being stuck on a frickin' cruise ship.
And there's videos now. Like, so
Yeah.
forget the fear of just like getting corona, which debate overstated, understated, whatever you want to claim. But being quarantined is the scariest thing I can honestly imagine.
Yeah.
And then you saw that video that ABC News leaked.
It just
where
turned
everyone
into
started
the
fighting.
purge. It literally looked like
Yeah.
the purge on that boat.
Yes.
Just old white people fist fighting each other for who knows what
And they're
reason.
big. They're big too. They're
Yeah.
big people.
And the
Big
way this
Pete's-
thing spreads.
It's Pete 50 years later.
Jeez. Put some respect on my fucking name.
Oh, Pete is definitely going to be fist fighting on a cruise in 50 years.
Pete's gonna be at like the blues band, like just like
Just
downing.
beating ass. You know who I am? I'm Pete. Remember an idiot? I'm the Pete's an idiot guy.
Give me that crab leg.
Come
Was
here,
it
Ted.
unlimited?
Is it unlimited?
Is it unlimited? I will
Is
fuck
it-
you
Grab him
up.
now.
I've
Grab
never been on a
before.
cruise, but I assume it's like buffets and everyone just
Yeah, it's
putting their
all
hands
unlimited. It's all
Yes.
unlimited. Eat as much as you want.
It's just
and put
like
your hands wherever you want.
Oh yeah, it's all
fecal
buffets.
shrimp, fecal chicken,
Yeah.
fecal pasta.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get it
it's
all.
just everything
you
with
will
the side of
never
fecal.
ever catch me on a cruise ever.
Pete, mark your words, man. I'm telling you, as you start to age and your interests change, you're like, fuck it. Me and my buddies from Chicago are all meeting down in Key West, and we're gonna go on.
I
Never.
think this is the perfect time for a new participant in this like Instagram travel influencer world, because all the big ones probably stopped because they make money and they're just like,
I don't need
we're not
this.
gonna risk it.
Just go hard
Like now there's a new one. Like everyone still wants to see Mykonos and cherry blossoms and all these things.
Yeah, I mean, we're not in summer season yet.
no, but I mean, there's always a time. Like right now, everyone's scared of Japan. Pete goes to the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
Cherry blossoms, whatever.
Yeah.
And then go to the next hot spot.
Stop looking at me like you're gonna send me there. He's like looking over like,
You're going. We're sending you like Corona world.
If I could figure out a way to make money off it.
Literally hashtag
No, he's
Corona
like the
around
new
the world.
Instagram travel influencer because they all have stopped. All the others.
The last thing I want to talk about Corona was Sequoia, world-renowned venture fund,
Probably the best.
sent a memo to all their founders and CEOs of their portfolio companies saying this is the Black Swan event of 2020. We understand you guys are all dealing with a lot. We're here to help you. So like, you know, when a company like that sends a memo,
So the memo was actually a little more dire than that. It was like so this is the funny like game that Sequoia is playing, and I'm actually shocked they're doing it because they've been around over 50 years. They've made countless billions of dollars. They're literally like the prestige VC firm. They're like the gold standard. They send a memo out to all their founders, so all their portfolio companies, saying this is the Black Swan event, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, trim staff, manage your runway, like you may not get another round of funding. Like basically like Armageddon, hey, portfolio companies, buckle down because if you're losing millions and millions of dollars, like don't expect you can just get that next round you thought.
Yeah.
So manage as if it's not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like manage for doomsday and then let's figure it out because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Then Sequoia just publicly releases the memo. And I'm like, oh, so you just want to crater the VC market,
Yeah.
make all the other funds, not fund any company, and then you're going to pick up everything for pennies on the dollar.
yeah, it's a good move.
Yeah, that
I
could
liked
all
it.
be fake. That could all be like there's no panic.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck it, we see an opportunity here
Yeah.
to scare everyone and find some opportunity.
I was with the founder last night who's raising capital, and we were talking like everyone's kind of like wait and see, all the VC firms, and they're just like, once Andreessen or Sequoia writes a big check and the floodgate's going to open again.
Yep.
And then Sequoia's like, no more
Yeah,
checks.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They
It's
probably
the
know
opposite.
that. They probably
Of course
know.
they do.
Yeah.
Sequoia's going to invest in the cruise industry.
Yeah.
Wherever Sequoia's next big check is, that's the industry you need to be working on.
Yeah.
Cruises.
Okay, so then kind of in line with that, just give me quickly and then we'll move on. What's the stock market update? Because
It is a wild ride. I mean, one day up 1,000, next day down
You're like
1,000.
3 to 5% swings on a daily basis, which we haven't seen in years.
Yeah. So
Like-
I think the stock market honestly is confused because it's trying to react. So the day after Super Tuesday, and it was a day after the rate cut when Biden looked like he was going to be the nominee, stock market went berserk. And then the next day it plummets. And I think there are obviously underlying coronavirus fears, but then there's also people saying, okay, like how much is it actually going to impact? So like Foxconn, the Apple supplier, released how much revenue they missed in the quarter or the month. I think it was like damn near $1 billion. So I think that was like the first real headline number, but that's a Chinese company in China manufacturing. So those companies were going to be affected the most. So, and then you have Tim Apple out here saying, hey, we're going to be up and running in no time. So people don't know the impact yet. I mean, I think what's really going to happen is like you'll see it when like retail gets affected
Yeah.
in America. Forget retail in China or in Europe. Like if McDonald's reports lower comp sales and Starbucks in America and all these things start happening, that's when I think you'll see more like, at least we'll have a sense of how bad it is.
Yep. What's going on with your guys' production is it seems like everyone's kind of easing back in.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's back to work. The challenge is that our factories are back to work, but their suppliers, if it's in certain regions that are still being quarantined, are having a hard time getting certain things, like zippers or laces, things like that. But for the most part, everyone is saying, like, we got an email today of all these dates for shoes and jeans that are going to get shipped this date, this date. So like, it looks like by like the end of April, everything's going to be back to normal.
I wonder if, so does this thing work like in a wave, and like the wave has sort of left China, or have they just successfully quarantined entire cities and the problem?
It's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's going to level off here, but they're just able to make drastic changes to the way their society works, which is we can't.
Yeah.
I mean, other countries are like inspecting every traveler. Like India's expecting every person who enters the country gets tested. I'm assuming fever because they can't do the full corona test.
Yeah.
But like any symptoms, they're looking at every single passenger. Like the U.S. just isn't doing that.
Yeah.
And the U.S. probably politically can't even do that because then it becomes this whole like other problem.
Seems like Trump could.
Trump
like his
could.
base would be like, test them.
I think the consensus was after this spread globally that Asian countries are going to be more equipped to deal with it than Western countries because of the way their societies are built.
Yeah, we got to start. I mean, I'm down for a dictatorship for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't take it back.
Let's rethink it in June.
Yeah, you can't take it back.
Yeah, but I'd like to
then
just...
our podcast is over. They'd be like, what'd you say?
Well, just for 2 months, you know? Just dip a toe in. I'll clean up my language. Trump, you know? Yeah, just that's the one thing that seems promising is if it is kind of a wave like that. Because look, if most people get it and beat it, and I know you said you could get reinfected, which is scary, but if most people get it and beat it, it seems almost like there's a wave that comes that, okay, so now after 2 months, everyone's gotten it and beat it, or unfortunately not, and are you free come spring?
Right.
And we just soar right into summer, corona-free.
We shall see.
Okay. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about this freaking... Okay, so there's this article.
I got to sneeze. Maybe I
Oh,
got it.
Whoa.
Jesus. It went away. It
All
went
right,
away.
cover it up. Everyone cover it up.
Let's go.
Miraculously,
Keep going.
There's this story about these athletes that were receiving these DMs, and they were saying like the craziest things, like I'm going to cut your family's head off and you're going to die and whatever. So that's how the article starts out. Turns out it's all about this big sports bettor, gambler, that was making threats to athletes for what? To try to get the outcome that he wanted?
I think this person could have been doing that, or they're just
A
deranged.
psychopath.
So the guy's name is Parlay Pats. His name is Benjamin Pats. He's a big bettor. He's apparently well known. And this guy is nuts. On March 9th, 2019, Pepperdine basketball player received 4 DMs on his Instagram account. Your throat will be severed with a dull knife. Your entire family will be beheaded and burned alive. I will enter your home as you sleep and kill you. Watch your back. You're a dead man walking. Then, Swedish, this is during Women's World Cup.
You gotta be a real degenerate.
Okay, you're
That's
getting...
what you're gambling.
I mean, what the fuck? You're in the trenches?
Okay, message one of the team members. I'm going to rape and dismember you, and
Whoa.
I will sever your aorta while you sleep.
You know what's unclear is whether he was sending these before or after he lost his bet.
That's real creepy shit.
This guy's nuts.
Sever aorta and like
yeah,
dull
I think
knife.
he's just like a miscreant. Like he needs to be in jail. The gambling is the least of this guy's issues.
But maybe he's just a bad gambler.
So you think he's trying to get
We
in
know a
people's
lot of
heads, or
bad
he's,
gamblers.
I'm one of those. I've never really wanted to.
yeah? Do you think he's mad that he's losing, or he's trying to like get in people's heads? Or, like,
I think
what
it's
would you
both.
guess?
I think it's a bit of both. He thinks, like he messaged some USC football player, "You better drop the pass, or I'm killing your family."
All right. Might be worth dropping the pass.
Yeah, you just don't
I'd
know.
drop a lot of passes
Yeah.
if my family was there.
Jeez. Okay. Well, have they caught the guy?
Yeah, he's
And,
arrested.
and so what happens now? He's in jail.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's got to be locked up forever.
Yes, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. This is the type of thing. I know that I don't know what the punishment is for something like this. It's probably not that
2
severe.
weeks?
Yeah.
Because
But-
he actually didn't commit the crimes.
Yeah, I'd be
of
down
all-
for a lifelong sentence though.
Yeah, we can't have people talking like this in society.
And like, come on, you're gambling and you're talking shit. You obviously have you have a lot of problems.
Exactly.
Lock them up. Okay. All right, it's time for ads, but I got to give a quick ad myself.
Okay.
We're having a lot of success with this requesting if anyone wants to run ads on our show. Mm-hmm. So starting pretty soon, we're going to have our ads placed and paid for by our listeners.
Yes.
So we put that out kind of half joking, half serious a couple weeks ago. The requests came flooding in. And the reason why, if you haven't heard us say it, is we would much rather, instead of the ads that we're currently running, which are kind of read by someone else and, you know, kind of boring, we'd rather have them be us talking about our listeners' businesses. So if you'd like to get in on that, go to group-chat.com/advertise. And we have a little thing there you can fill out and let us know. But we're going to take a look at all of it. And we just want to support our listeners, have you guys support us. It's all one big happy circle.
Yes.
For every 7 companies that advertise,
Yep.
Pete gets sent to a corona-infested territory.
Oh my gosh, what a great deal.
7?
10.
Should we be more?
Maybe
10?
2?
Oh, you want to do it more frequently? Oh, I was trying to raise more money. Oh man,
If
that'd be
50
so good.
companies do it, he's going straight to Wuhan.
Okay.
Business class.
Yes.
First class. I'll give you first class. If there's a 4 season.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, fuck Corona. I'll survive. But if you did, that would be gold content.
I agree. That's worth for 50 ads. We will absolutely do that. We'll send you straight to that market to go buy some exotic
And
animals.
you have to eat the bat soup.
You gotta
You
eat
vlog it.
Yeah, get a live Instagram stream of you trying bat soup in the Wuhan
I would
market.
literally die. They would kill me.
Okay. Okay. That being said, we still have a little bit more of our regular ads to run. Let's go ahead and put them here. This is a reason why you guys should pay for our ads. And example. Okay, we're back. Let's jump into politics land. A lot going on. A lot going on in the world.
Yeah.
Great time for a news-based podcast.
Absolutely.
So first thing is Sleepy Joe Biden has really had breakout success.
Yes.
Is just absolutely crushing it, even though he can't remember exactly what he's running for or which person is his wife and which is his sister.
No idea.
But it looks like Andrew Yang wants to be his VP.
Yeah, it looks like he's angling for that position.
Still trying to give away that money. Huh?
Yeah, give away that money.
500. I'll give away 500.
Yeah, $600. Come on, Joe. Joe will forget. He's like, Joe said, Joe told me it
He's
was
like, how much did you
1,200.
give those people? $6,000?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So Elizabeth Warren ended her presidential campaign.
She's out.
Mini
She's
Mike.
out. Mini Mike and Donald Trump are at a Twitter war, Star Wars war.
Yeah.
We need to post these on the Instagram.
Oh,
They're-
Mini Mike's responding?
I think Trump bodied him. Mini Mike tried to come back with a meme. Does he still have fuck Jerry on payroll? They need to do better.
yeah.
I mean, Trump's just crushing this dude.
He literally
He's
did,
responding though?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
don't
You saw the one
respond?
where he was
Darth Vader?
Yeah, fist having Mini Mike's head and then saying like, "You're not going to get me." Trump is
because he's too small.
because he's too small.
Look behind you.
He's stiff arming him.
Yeah,
my
it's unbelievable content. Well, we have to post that because
Gosh.
it's so good.
But then Trump responds with like some like, "Oh, we're going to get you in 2020." Like,
oh, you mean Bloomberg?
I mean Bloomberg. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, dude, come on. If you're going to play this game, you got to go funny or don't.
I mean,
do it.
how do you not look at what's happening as a smart guy and see like, okay, if I'm going to get in this ring, I got to have some weapons.
Yeah.
Don't come in trying to be like, we're going to show you,
Yeah.
bad guy.
Yeah.
We're the good guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
so
not going to show him anything.
So the Yang Gang is trying to team up with Sleepy Joe, and okay, great. So the other thing is Trump using some sort of trickery to get people to?
Trump is marketing tactics because he doesn't really. I think this is the way the Trump marketing team goes.
Okay.
Walks into the campaign office, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Just get me elected again.
Get the clicks or whatever.
And they were running an ad that pretended to be something for the U.S. Census. So people that don't run Facebook ads, your goal is to create a top of funnel strategy that gets people to your website, so then you could start retargeting them all over the internet. Donald Trump pretty much created a fake U.S. Census ad that probably got insane clicks because it's the U.S. Census. People are interested in it. And this is the year we do it, every 10 years. And that ended up being a re-election landing page for Donald Trump. Facebook has said they've stopped all these ads.
Well, they said they've removed some.
Removed 1,000. So this guy was probably running 50,000 variations. He has the best marketing team ever. And they're going to, I mean, think about all these other people who are not Donald Trump people that are like, oh, I'm interested in the census. Boom, now getting retargeted, getting brainwashed.
Genius.
Yeah.
And
Genius.
Facebook doesn't give a fuck.
No.
They
Yeah.
love taking political money.
Yep.
Yeah. It's good.
Okay. Well, listen. These are the type of tactics that work.
Where's
So-
Sheryl Sandberg, by the way? Has anyone heard from her?
Leaned back.
She's leaned all the way back. Plan C.
I mean,
Plan C is
it's
just
got to
be
be
quiet.
embarrassing for the way she was so front-facing with Facebook, taking credit for all of Zuck's genius, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what I hate is this. This is what I hate. If you're a self-helpy type of person that you're writing all these books and it has inspired a lot of people, when shit gets real, that's the moment you have to lean in. You have a whole thing called lean in. You've inspired all these people to lean in during their toughest times, and you're leaning out, literally, when shit gets tough.
Listen, too much Fat Joe.
Lean back. It's fraudulent. It's literally like, all right, put it like, it's the same way, to be honest, that
And so, you know what's frustrating, not to cut you
No,
off,
it's okay.
is that let's assume Zuck's you're sidelined. Then you quit and you lean in, right?
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Correct?
100%.
Yeah.
You either quit and say, I couldn't be associated with that, or you go to war that, no, there is something good here and I'm fighting for it. But to just keep your high-paying corporate job and be silent like you're some sort of CEO that's had some bad news, like,
Yeah, but she's probably getting paid with options like $50 million.
Yeah,
a
but
I
year.
know,
she's
but that
so
means your whole
rich, it
thing's a
doesn't
fraud.
matter. She's so rich, like the incremental money she's made in the last 2 years does not impact her daily life.
I bet you it
she's
does.
so freaking rich.
She's rich, but she's not Steve
But then
Ballmer.
say this.
No,
Drink
she's
10
not $50 billion.
margaritas, 10 margaritas
She's not-
at
Yeah.
the courtside of a game
Sure.
range.
But that just means then your whole thing is money when you've used your platform to try to inspire people on what to do during their tough times.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a fraud.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. How about this? Big topic in pop culture, but in the world. Anxiety. Mental health issues.
Everyone has anxiety.
Everyone has anxiety, and everyone has their own ways of dealing with it.
Mine is tequila.
Dee's is tequila. Anna, what's yours?
Nice Cabernet.
Nice cab. I like to do some meditation apps, you know. Exercise has really helped. And don't get me wrong, I will absolutely turn to a nice cab as well. It looks like former President Bill Clinton has a different way.
It's called fucking.
It's called fucking his secretaries. So he did an interview. There's a Hulu documentary coming out called Hillary.
Which was going to be my content recommendation, but I have something better.
Is it out?
It comes out this Friday.
Okay,
Today.
so there you go. So that's a good content recommendation anyway. He did an interview for that documentary, and he said that the reason he had sex with Monica Lewinsky was to manage anxiety.
So, from what I recall, this guy then has a lot of anxiety.
A lot. I've heard stories about his anxiety.
Yeah. This guy must have.
I mean, he should have created Calm or Headspace with the amount of anxiety this guy had.
Yeah, exactly. Or just a whorehouse called Calm. And just like, hey, having troubles? Come on in. It's me, Bill. Got cigars and whatever.
I mean, like, obviously in today's climate, it's a lot easier just to come out and, I got, like cheating and whatever people are clearly more accepting of. And at that time, he was hiding it and, ended up getting impeached over it. But it is an insane excuse to
It's
say.
just like,
It's laughable. Like, how embarrassing have they become, the Clintons?
Yeah.
So Bill Clinton was one of the
Embarrassing.
most revered, like, powerful people in the world. Despite all his shortcomings,
yep.
personally, he overcame all that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he still survived.
I think, you know what the biggest mistake for the Clintons was? Hillary should have divorced him. After the presidency, I helped you, got you elected. It's time for me to be, because Hillary is like, whatever, you can call her crooked, do whatever you want. She's an incredibly smart woman.
Yeah, they're both really smart.
But like the bad move was that she stuck with him when she should have just dumped his ass. He could have gone on curing his anxiety every day.
Yeah.
With whomever he wants to cure his anxiety with. Yeah. She could have gone on to politics, probably would have distanced herself from the past of all this crazy.
Yeah, I just think that they run by the like old almost mafia style of like, look, I'm going to stick with you publicly right now because you're president and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to get my back when whatever and fuck your anxiety. Yeah. And
do you think it was just some young staffer like, hey, man, just blame it on anxiety. It's so cool right now.
Kids love anxiety. They'll understand.
Yeah. He came up that on his own.
Here's an idea, though. Why don't you just say, for the rest of time, I will no longer talk about that?
Yeah, he didn't need to address it.
No one's asking. No one's saying, hey, I wonder why Bill did that.
Would you have watched this documentary if this wasn't the lead-in? It's coming out today, and no one's talking about it.
Yeah, but that's a win for Hulu.
Why is Bill doing that? A lot of money.
You think they said, yo, you talk about why you were fucking Monica.
Here's $25 million.
Okay, that's a good
Same way Sheryl Sandberg's keeping her mouth shut. It's about money. I know you guys think it's just incremental. No, it's incremental when your boat's a little smaller in Capri.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get that.
Bill Clinton was publicly roaming around with another guy with a lot of anxiety, Ron Burkle. That dude has crazy anxiety.
Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety.
And you know what? The most anxiety is Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean, that guy literally panic attacks left and right. Gosh. Okay. Rich people have a lot of anxiety. You know what I'm learning? I don't know why, but these old white guys are really nervous.
It's a low-income thing. It's the richest guys in the world have anxiety.
Yeah.
No Xanax, huh? Okay. Well, anyway.
We're too poor to have anxiety.
Jeez. No.
That's good.
That's for real.
That was a great segment.
Yeah, you got to just.
I really want to pat ourselves on the back on that one.
Okay. Next up, let's move into some business talk. Aman Hotels. Incredible hotel chain.
Oh, the best.
I've never been, but I've seen them all over the Instagram feeds. Very well loved by influencers. Big,
by people with anxiety. The number one hotel property.
It's literally the anxiety, like curing.
Yeah. Bill could have tried that.
Yeah.
But a lot of Revolve trips have been there. It looks like they are now. The trick is obviously very, very expensive.
It is. You have to have so much anxiety to go to this place.
Do you know what I love about rich people? So someone was telling me about the one in Utah.
Yeah.
Is that Amangiri?
Yeah.
Right? And they were like, oh, we stayed in the yurts. And so anyone who doesn't know, yurts are for people in like super cold regions. They're so poor they don't have like housing.
Yeah.
So they build a yurt and they try to stay warm.
Yeah.
Like in Mongolia, they decided to stay warm during the winter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, are the yurts cheaper than the rooms in Utah? Like, no, it's like 3x. So rich people want to pretend.
Rich people are so
I know,
crazy.
but they're also
like,
have a heater.
We want to see what it was like.
No, but I mean, I'm sure it's not really a yurt. It's just a fake tent and like insulated with the best thing. And like they want to pretend the concept of like roughing it with 10x the amenities of the $5,000 a night room.
You know what they should do in San Francisco? The homeless experience.
Yeah.
And for $20,000 a night, you can sleep in a tent on frickin' Main Street.
And someone will shit right next to you.
Someone will shit right outside your tent at around 2 a.m. Just like the room service thing. Late night snack. Ridiculous.
I mean, rich people are so insane.
And you know,
but like, why do rich? I really want to get the understanding. Like, just stay in your suite. Why do you want to pretend in a fancier yurt?
You got to rough it.
No, but the yurt's nicer than the suite.
I know,
why are
but
you
it
calling
looks
it a yurt?
weird. No, because Aman knows. Dude, these properties are so insane.
But my point is the yurt is just the name. The yurt's actually nicer than the room.
It just looks great on Instagram. You're like, look at me roughing it with the gang.
But it's also like
Took the kids camping.
Look, your friend mentioned it. He didn't say he stayed at the Aman. He said he stayed at the yurt at the Aman. He just wants
trying to flex.
Yeah.
Yes. He's like, go look it up. You'll see how expensive it is.
Go look up yurt. Don't look up Aman yurt. I stayed in one of those. You just want to pretend like you're,
They're definitely the best hotel chain globally. Hotels all over the world. It's unbelievable. The service, the experience, but it's just too expensive to stay at in most
I've
most
only
cities.
gotten drinks at an Amman. I've never stayed.
I only
50
stayed at the
bucks.
Bali
50
one.
bucks each.
It must have been. It was in
Yeah.
Tokyo.
Go check
Well,
out our
and
yurts.
they don't even have the one I stayed at. There's no bills. There's no nothing.
Did you go to Thailand? Which
In
one did you
Bali.
go? Bali.
They just
Keep charging.
Yeah, you don't sign anything. You just walk around. Hey, Mr. Murthy, and go. You need cocktails.
Wait, is it in-
Yeah.
it's-
and then at
it's-
the end, I was like, "Fuck!"
Give me a yurt.
Yeah.
You're gonna stay in a real yurt.
A real yurt,
I mean, I
yeah.
had to stay in a yurt for 2 months after that.
Okay, well, listen, good news all around.
Yeah.
Because they are opening a more affordable version.
So the poor man's yurt.
The poor man's yurt, which is just a regular old tent.
Yeah.
Called Janu.
Yeah.
This is the new, more affordable Amman. So I'm guessing it'll still be beautiful. They obviously have design figured out. What do you think here?
I love it because it'll be more in price range that I'd feel comfortable with.
Yep.
They're going to have 3 locations to start in 2022. Montenegro, Saudi Arabia, and in Tokyo. And they have like renderings of the properties. It is ridiculous. It's amazing.
Yeah, they
So
definitely
here,
have the
let me.
design.
But here's my take on this.
Yeah.
If you're gonna stay, it's called Janu,
Yeah.
right? If you're staying at a Janu in Tokyo, that means you can't afford the Amman.
Correct.
Yeah.
So why don't you just do the 4 Seasons so you don't have that shame?
That's
like
the
you
problem.
want the Amman experience,
Yeah.
but you're getting shamed because you can't afford the
that's
real
what
Amman.
it's like. It's like driving a C-Class Benz. It's like you wanted the Benz key, but everyone knows you have the C-Class.
But if they have the amenities and experience of
I
an
would be
Amman,
embarrassed to stay at a Janu.
I'm just saying, Janu, listen, I don't mean to sound like a freaking straight up douchebag, but I do feel like when you're at
I'd rather
the
be at
Janu,
Hilton or Marriott. Be like, I wasn't trying to front.
Yeah.
I'm just poor and I'm content staying poor.
If you're at the Janu, everyone knows you looked at the Amman first.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather stay at the Marriott in Tokyo than the Janu.
Yeah,
I'm staying at the Janu.
I'll be at Four Seasons. That's the problem, man. It's like it's the perception of it. Like when you're
Yeah.
at the cheaper version, even though it's still probably so expensive. I'm just saying it has a little bit of a
Little
but whatever.
stink on it.
I'll
Little
stay
stink on
at
it.
the Janu.
Okay.
It's
But
whatever.
if they run some ads here, we'll stay at Janu.
Sure. I'd prefer if Amman would run ads, but whatever. If all we can get is Janu ads, we'll take half the price. Last but not least, Twitter. We were talking about Twitter. We were talking about Jack Dorsey. We were talking about Jack Dorsey seeming like he doesn't know what the fuck he's up to.
Yeah.
One of the big problems with Twitter, and the reason why Jack was getting so grilled, is because Twitter is like fundamentally, I think, a frickin' shit show.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's so much negativity on there. Obviously, for right or for wrong, a lot of people have been called out for old tweets. That's been a problem. All this stuff is just kind of lingering. It's been there. But mostly, like, just really terrible negativity and hate and terrible stuff. So they've obviously been trying to figure out ways to reinvent the platform, ways to get rid of all that. Their new idea is called Fleets instead of tweets. And it's for more fleeting thoughts. And you post them and they disappear in 24 hours like a story. No comments. The responses are in DMs. And it's their way of combating all of the hate and the negativity going on. What do we think?
I mean, it's a good idea. It's like, why is it 3 years too late?
That's the point.
It's just
Like
stupid.
ephemeral content has been clearly trending
Yeah.
for the longest time.
Yeah, I'd say a minimum of 3. Yeah, at least 3.
I mean, how
Yeah.
old's Snapchat? That's
Yeah.
the whole purpose of the company.
Yeah, and
Like, what are they doing? The problem is Twitter has not really changed except for doubling the character limit in the last 7 years.
Imagine if you're the head of product at Twitter.
What do you do?
Let's have more characters. Okay, I'm going on vacation.
Yeah, for 5 years. I'll be in a yurt.
Yeah.
I'll be in a yurt somewhere figuring out my next brilliant idea.
That fucker's staying at a yurt.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
at Amman.
Yeah.
at
He is not a
A
junior.
lot of
guy.
anxiety.
He's not a Janu. Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, you guys are more Twitter users than I am. Are you going to use it?
I mean, I'm definitely going to use it. Slang some racial slurs on there.
I mean, you might as well. You might as well.
Yeah.
24 hours later, they're gone.
I would love it if it was 10 minutes. Because there's like sometimes after like a sporting event and I want to say some crazy shit and it makes me feel good to put it out into the universe.
Right. You
but I
don't
want
want
it
the
gone.
risk of screenshotting.
Yeah.
But here's the problem, like for celebrities, is don't people just screenshot, tweet it, and say, "Can't believe he just said this."
Yeah. Of
And the
course.
same thing just happens again.
24 hours doesn't seem useful at all, actually.
You know what
When
I
you
would-
actually
It
think
should be
about
10 minutes. You should literally be able to say whatever you want. If you catch it, you catch it.
You
Like,
shouldn't
whoa.
be allowed to screenshot.
But that's an Apple issue, right?
It needed to be
Tim Apple needs to figure that out.
Screenshotting should be
Screenshots
illegal.
actually a really bad thing.
I hate it.
Well, it's so helpful though in everywhere but
Social
capturing
media.
you, yeah. Or like whatever when people are Snapchatting nudes or whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't Snapchat used to have a way, but you could you just took a photo of it.
Right.
That's the other problem. Is you could really, if it
Just
really
take
got
the
serious,
phone,
you just
yeah.
take a photo of it.
Yep.
Okay.
Screwed.
Well, good try, Twitter, but a little too late. Jack, maybe pack it up.
Yeah.
Don't go to Africa, but don't go into the Twitter offices either.
You just go back to your yurt.
Yeah.
Work on Bitcoin in a yurt somewhere. It's totally fine.
Pitch, he's not taking that public bus anymore now.
That was his thing. He takes
yeah.
a public
Yeah, he
bus?
used to take the public bus in San Francisco to figure out what normal people habits are, so he can figure out the next great product.
Like
I hate people who say that.
I stayed at a Janu just so I could see what
See what regular people do.
Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up with our final favorite classic segment, winners losers content.
Mm-hmm.
Dee, who is the winner? Biggest winner of the last 7 days?
Mine is Quibi.
Why?
They just raised another $750 million. And they're about to come out next month. I put my email on the wait list today after reading the $750 million.
You just want to make sure they're going to be around.
Yeah,
Before you put your
yeah. I want to make sure my name's there. And, I remember when people have been discussing, like, they have enough runway for like a year and a half. They have to get so many million subscribers. They just kind of secured the bag that they bought themselves a few years now to figure out what to do with this content streaming thing. And whenever you talk to people in the industry about it, they feel like they're doing something special. Obviously, it's one of those things we have to wait and see what actually comes out. But shit, they got the money and the time now.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I mean, I completely agree.
Yeah.
And it seems like they are just producing shows out that ass.
It's
Yeah.
a game of who can last the most with capital
Yeah.
to give your shot a chance to win.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you keep raising $750 million bags.
Can someone give
Buying
us that
some time.
shot?
That bag?
Like, give us a big old bag to see if we can figure it out. Give us a big old bag in 2 years, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we're not that dumb.
Come on.
Little slice of mask, hand sanitizers, send
Whatever.
Pete to Wuhan.
We're hard workers. Okay. Anand, who's the biggest winner?
Young people, because of what we've talked about on the podcast.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to travel for pretty cheap, and he can explore if they have the courage to actually do some digging on data on your actual mortality rate.
Where am I on that list?
You're in the point two. We're all in the point two.
Oh, we're on point two? Even
Yeah.
me? I should be a little better than you guys.
You're only, what are you, 3 years
You're
younger?
an ex-smoker.
They go in 10-year.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They go in 10
That cost me. Damn it. I'm freaking 0.5. Okay.
Yeah, I think if young people want to take advantage of travel, if they dig into the mortality rates, you should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Pete, hit the road.
All right.
Mine, I'm going to go super pop culture. Mine is Lil Uzi.
Wow.
The reason why is because Lil Uzi has been able to. Lil Uzi is like, from what I gather, like, only thing I can compare, like Lil Wayne in his heyday to this young generation.
No way.
Absolutely.
What?
100%. Here's why.
That's a joke.
Here's why. Lil Uzi has not put out hardly any music in the last like 2 years. He had a label dispute with DJ Drama and the people who originally signed him.
Not to be confused with
Not
those.
to be
Are,
confused with the podcast
Everyone used to
host.
think, like, can you get DJ Drama on my mixtape? I'm like, sure. I don't know him, but I'm
Oh,
happy
they
to-
still do. I walk into like 7-Elevens and people are like, DJ Drama, I love your song with Drake or whatever. And I'm like, thanks. It was a
great
super
song.
sick song. We worked really hard on it. Okay, so he had this whole label dispute, didn't put out music, whatever. He just put out the teaser finally after all this time for his new album, which might come out tomorrow. It might come out next week. It might never come out again. He's been teasing it for literally years.
Yeah.
Wait, did he fake retire at one point?
I'm sure he did. He's had like fake, like, yeah. He did like fake.
Because he's
I'm
like
quitting
21 or
music.
something.
Yeah.
He fake retired at 19, something like
Because
that.
he did like, I can't get along with my label. No one wants me to drop music. I'm retiring. The point is, people are fiending over this guy's album.
Wow.
And whenever he does drop it, I'm telling you, it is going to be the biggest thing, #1 on everything. Every single kid in the world listening to it, and like this
I love the
guy-
song, the single he put out, That Way.
Yeah.
That, fantastic.
People have been going nuts. And
Yeah.
he's driving around in Bugattis
Yeah.
and Lamborghini, crazy as shit. I don't know where the money's coming from, but this guy has been able to just, build up so much weird hype around himself
Yeah.
that people are going nuts for it.
Okay.
So
I like it.
he's the winner. All right, who's the loser?
Bernie Sanders.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why?
He just was on top of the world. I was convinced 7 days ago that Bernie Sanders was going to be the Democratic presidential nominee.
I think we all were, yeah.
And now he's losing delegates to Sleepy Joe.
And Sleepy Joe doesn't even know he's running.
He's literally running against the
He's
guy.
like, sweetie, did you see Joe Biden is winning? Who's that guy?
So
crazy.
It's pretty crazy that like this quick of a change has happened in like national politics this quick.
In like 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I bet
get
you
it.
it's never happened like this ever.
I just don't understand because I don't pay that close of attention to it, and like it's not like anything happened. It sounded to me like just he won South Carolina or whatever, and then it was just all of a sudden like, oh shit, and then like gained momentum.
This is what I think. We're gonna see a documentary 20 years from now. It's gonna be like David Geffen and Jeffrey Katzenberg and who's another big Democratic donor?
Steven Spielberg.
Steve, like, they sat in a room and called Buttigieg, called Elizabeth Warren, called Amy Klobuchar and said, all you motherfuckers are dropping out. You're going to all help Sleepy Joe win.
Yeah.
And we'll all take care of all you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it had to be something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just too weird.
Yeah, it's just like the way fortunes turned.
Right.
And
It
also,
just-
it seems like this guy's been doing nothing but fumbling.
Yeah, and he has no money.
He had no money, no organization.
Maybe Obama did something.
So my loser of the week is along the lines. It's Twitter, not for all the reasons we said, and the fake news media.
Yeah.
Because Biden was like not even considered a viable candidate 72 hours ago.
Yeah.
Like if you looked Sunday, there was just like no shot. It's Bernie, Bernie, Bernie. So we're just being fed. Like it's almost like news isn't reflective of what's real life,
No.
of like what people are actually doing. So that it's, what is it? One of a few things. Are people just not watching the news and they're just going about their life and we're like, I always wanted Biden. I always wanted Biden. I'm not paying attention to this Bernie propaganda or whatever. Or it's just a few people trying to get clickbait and push
Or maybe the
agendas.
news helps it. Like the same way I think the news helped get Trump elected. Maybe people see, oh, it's Bernie is going to be the guy, and people start thinking, oh shit, I don't want Bernie to be the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, maybe that happened.
Yeah, maybe the media pushed people towards Biden, but it's just so deceptive of what we thought. Like if you talk to anyone 72 hours ago, we thought Warren and Bernie and that whole movement was unstoppable.
Yeah.
And guess what? They got their ass kicked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, well, props to Sleepy Joe, man. I think that people are so scared of Bernie being the guy, and that's what Trump wants, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, I think Obama, the powers that be, got together and gave a little
It's certainly possible.
some sort of little juice you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, my loser, same vein, is just Mini Mike.
Oh.
It's just so clearly. I just would like to own on the record that in this week in 2020, Mini Mike is the littlest loser. Because damn it, man. Like, number one, why have you had such an amazing, successful life and you chose that you also need to be president and burned so much money? What sort of arrogance is there that you thought you could do this and then to just get completely smoked? Like not even kind of a fight and like, well, fuck, you gave it a try. You walked in, burned 500 mil, got absolutely smoked, and now you're going to go the rest of your life remembered as Mini Mike,
Yeah.
the guy that Trump roasted. No matter how much money you have, you could have just soared off into the...
Yeah. That's just the ego of rich people.
Yeah, ego rich people. And now the last thing a person who's worth $100 billion is get embarrassed.
Yeah. Maybe
Like,
he
you
doesn't have
literally-
anxiety.
Maybe what?
Maybe he doesn't have anxiety.
I bet he does now.
He's going to need some.
He needs a
Yeah,
Monica
he's going to
Lewinsky
be at that
right
Amman
now.
yurt.
Yeah.
Just yurting.
He's going to be
himself.
yurting with a Monica somewhere. Okay. What content should everyone check out?
There is a brand new, incredible duo film that I'm looking forward to that comes out on Netflix this
God.
weekend. It is called Spencer Confidential. It is with Mark Wahlberg and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, I like it. It's a smash.
Why wouldn't
I
you?
was out. They have a movie on Netflix?
Yes.
Spencer Confidential. What's it about? Can you tell? From
Two
the-
Boston cops
Oh, that's good.
I'm
It's
in.
a home run.
I'm in.
I
Yeah.
love cop buddy movies.
Especially Mark Wahlberg, Boston Cop, too easy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sign me up. Anand?
So I heard the guy who wrote Freakonomics, Stephen Dubner,
Yep.
on the Simmons podcast, and I forgot how interesting he is. And
gotta
I'm
listen to
gonna subscribe to Freakonomics podcast. I know it's been around forever.
Yep.
And he just is really good at like telling interesting stories. Like one of the stories, which is just kind of sad, he was talking about how Gold Star families are suing the government because apparently in Afghanistan, U.S. private corporations were paying off the Taliban to not attack them, and they were attacking U.S. soldiers.
Oh,
So
wow.
U.S. soldiers were more at risk than private companies
Whoa.
because of like paying off Taliban and just like stuff that he just does deep dives and gets like to the truth of things. And he talks about how Bernie's socialism is like a farce. Like that's not socialism. He references Scandinavian countries, and Scandinavian countries are actually democracies with mixed economies.
Yeah.
And that's
Free
what Bernie
healthcare,
really
yeah.
wants.
Yep.
But like uses the tagline as socialism, which is actually what Venezuela is, where you just nationalize every industry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe that's what he wants to do.
Maybe.
He wants communism.
It's a
Yeah.
little scary.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I don't like to buy into like the scary stuff, but like it's a little scary his true like motivations.
Yeah.
Or idols, I guess. What's that guy's name?
Stephen Dubner, Stephen with a P, PH.
I'm trying to find it.
Just do Freakonomics.
Got it. Okay. Mine is I bought a new book. It's by Chris Voss. It's called Never Split the Difference.
Yawn.
Shut the
Pete came in. Pete. That is why you're here. You did one productive thing.
Jesus Christ, Pete. Okay, well, you know what?
I just looked up from TikTok just to say that. Just so you know.
Look up from TikTok.
Yeah, I heard something in a book and I was like, oh.
Listen, when you get
Damn, you're getting
corona,
roasted by
when you,
Pete,
yeah,
dude.
when you get corona, I'm not
Stand
coming
up
to
for
save
yourself,
you.
drama. He's mini miking you.
Yikes, bad look for you.
Fuck you,
Good look
Pete.
for me.
Okay, well, if you don't want to be an idiot like Pete, buy a book every now and then. I got one called Never Split the Difference. Raisa from Revolve sent it to me. Our friend, I'm blanking on his name, but we met him with Michael Katz, sent it to me. Has a lot of hype, so I will fill everyone in. Fuck you, Pete.
What's the
on,
concept? Or like, what's
It's
the
a guy who was an FBI negotiator, and so it's like
But how to figure out how to negotiate.
negotiating
Yeah, yeah.
skills. So we'll see. That's my weekend. I'm staying corona free,
Okay.
and I'm reading.
Okay.
Okay. What else? Am I missing anything?
That's it. We actually also on Sunday, if you don't have corona, I'm having a little party. At
Do you have a scanner for the temperature?
yeah, I'm gonna use my discretion.
Okay.
Big Dean's Oceanfront Cafe. They don't know that we're coming, but we're coming.
Okay.
Right after the LA Marathon, we're doing a Grand AC little get together of everyone who ran. It's right there next to the pier. It's from odd start time, 11:45
Okay.
to 2:30.
Okay.
But we'll be there. So
Why 40? Why'd you go with the 45?
that's a Luke question.
Got it. Okay. Maybe that's a British
thing.
Yeah. Got it. Start
High
on the
noon.
quarters.
Right before high noon.
You want everyone there before I knew.
Right before tea time.
So, I'm sure after the marathon, the entire city will have corona. So you might as well come have a drink with us.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
I mean, high-fiving is going on.
Oh, you're right.
15, bro.
You're right. And people are like shitting their pants
Corona.
and stuff. Just corona.
You're the water, then they handing you the water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Pouring water, you're just like, corona.
Okay. Well, everyone meet up afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, that's it. Listen, if you want to advertise, group-chat.com/advertise. Hit us up on social media at groupchatpod. Subscribe to our newsletter, which if you go to the advertise thing, you're going to have no choice because as soon as you go to group-chat.com, we're going to ask you to sign up. That's it. Have a good weekend. Wear your mask. Don't touch door handles. Wash your hands for 20 seconds at least. That is the happy birthday song twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was once.
That's
Twice.
Oh,
once.
fuck.
Yeah,
No way.
twice.
What about the Stevie Wonder version?
That's fine. You can add a little groove to
Okay.
it. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Have a good weekend.